But Adam Schiff isn't the only delusional Democrat senator who is furious. Here's everyone's favorite socialist, Bernie Sanders, explaining how this bill passing is the end of the free world, basically.
This bill will make the rich richer and the poor poorer. In order to pass this legislation, the Republicans needed 60 votes, which meant that they had to have 7 votes from Democrats, and they got them. Actually, they got 10 votes. That is sad. That is an absolute dereliction of duty on the part of the Democratic leadership. Nobody in this Senate should have voted for this dangerous bill. In America today, as all of you know, we face an unprecedented set of crises. We are moving rapidly toward an oligarchic form of society where Elon Musk and other billionaires are running the government. We are moving rapidly toward authoritarianism, where Trump is ignoring the Constitution and the separation of powers.
I have such a beef with Bernie Sanders at this point, but I'll get to that in a second. The bigger problem I have is the complete and utter lack of self-awareness from any of the Democrats. Now we're so close to becoming an oligarchy. When it's like, dude, just up until a year ago, almost every single billionaire was on the side of the Democrats. And because the Democrats are about bigger government, more intrusive government, more control over the daily lives of citizens, it attracts the worst kind of billionaires who are bored buying yachts and houses and now want to spend their money on having absolute control over politicians and people. And they always want to talk about authoritarianism. I'm sorry, I don't think it was the Republican Party that unconstitutionally mandated every single American to take an experimental vaccine or risk losing their job. It certainly wasn't Republicans that were silencing and canceling anybody with opposing viewpoints, or work with social media companies in a coordinated effort to determine what the ultimate truth was and not allow discussion of anything that they deemed to be misinformation. And now back to my problem with Bernie Sanders. This guy is such a grifter. I used to think maybe he had some scruples, but I now realize that his message about constant class warfare is just a way for him to perpetually stay in power. It's so easy for him to say, I'm for the working class and against the wealthy billionaires, and then for 4 years accomplish absolutely nothing to do with that, and then go back to your constituents and say, the reason I wasn't able to succeed is because, you know, the government is controlled by the wealthy, by the special interests, but keep electing me because I'm still fighting for you. And now 40 years of government later, absolutely nothing has been accomplished to further his socialist, egalitarian vision. Trying to convince Americans they should turn into socialists is like trying to convince a bunch of NFL fans that they should go see a drag show. Read the room, buddy. Nobody wants what you're selling.